Hey guys, today I would like to design the bike frame. It's part one of the whole bicycle assembly, and let's start. And go to front plane and select sketch, and go to spline and pick the center line, center point, and pick somewhere down here, and escape, and click on the line, and you can give it any whichever you want. That should be good. Sorry, escape. And exit out of this sketch and go back to reference geometry, plane, pick that line and that point so you get an angled plane. So go back to plane, line, and point and say okay. And again go back to plane, pick that line. So for some reason it's giving me error, but go back to plane again, line, and this point. So you have plane 1 and plane 2 now, and go back to plane 1 and do sketch and control 8 for the normal, and go to ellipse and pick the center point, and that should be good, and give the dimensions as 55 or 55, and pick that point and this point and give around 35. Perfect. I would like to give 65. Okay, and exit out of that, and you have that. Now go back to plane 2, plane 2 sketch, and control 8 and pick ellipse again, pick that, yep, and see how you like to give that down. Okay, go back to this and say 55, and this point as 35. Okay. Okay, so exit out of this, and then the sketch 1, edit the sketch, and control 8, and I would like to give some dimensions to this. From this point to this is 63, but give 300. So I'm gonna give 390, something like that. 390. Okay, and so I'm gonna give some height from that point to this point is around give 188.30. that should be good, and exit out of that. Now you see you have these. Okay, that's good. Now go to lofted boss base and pick profile, so pick that point and this point, and now so you want at that center line as a center line parameter, so pick that line. So now you can see it looks good, so I'm saying okay and exit out of that, and pin 1, 2, hide it, and control 8, and now you have the basic feature you want. Okay, control 8 and go to front plane and say sketch on the front plane, and control 8, and let's go to line and pick the center point and extend to that height, and give a dimension of around I'll give 40 millimeters. That's good. And now you can exit out of that and go back to plane and pick the line and that point, and you create a plane there. Okay, oops, sorry, plane, pick that line and point, say okay, and click on that plane and say sketch, control 8, and go to circle and pick that center point, and give, let's see how much we can cover that up as 40. That's pretty small. I want to give 40. I don't want to be so big. So okay, let's extrude it. Okay, extrude it to 80 millimeters or something. Let's say 80. Okay, and the reverse direction, and say okay. And now I would like to go back to the loft sketch, edit the sketch, and I want this to be 35 and this to be 65, and say okay, exit out of that and go back to sketch 3 and switch the dimensions and see how it works. I'm gonna do that as 55 and this as 35 and exit out of that, and now you see it's different, and that's what I wanted to have it actually, and that's good to me. And so Control 8, and now you basically got what you want. So go back to front plane and say again sketch and pick a circle and give a dimension to that circle. I'm gonna give around, see 30 how it works. Oh, it's too small. See 40. I think it'll go with 60. That should work. Yeah, it's covering the whole thing. Okay, so exit out of that and go to features, extrude boss base, and go to mid plane and give around 80. That should work. Yeah, that should work. Okay, and now you got that, and now what I'm gonna do is, let's see what I can do. Okay, so pick the right plane and go to reference plane, and at 10. Okay, say okay, and Control 8 and pick a circle of that and pick that plane, 4, and sketch, and go to that and center point and give a dimension to that circle around 20, and I want that center point to this line to be around 15. That looks good. Okay, and that's good to me now. Okay, now Control 8, good, exit out of that first, so you have that circle. So go to control front plane, where's front plane? Front plane, Control 8, and okay, hide that plane, hide this plane too. Okay, now hide this sketch as well. Okay, now we have that. Okay, now go back to features. Okay, front plane, sketch, and I'm gonna go with the center line. Pick that center line and give it dimension of something, and go back to center line again. Pick that center line and give some dimension. That should be good. And center line, pick that center point, and yeah, merge that. Okay, now go back to dimensions and give this around 300. Okay, and I want this to be around 300, and I want so this. Okay, so let's pick that point and say 270, and I want be 300. What happened to that line? Exit out of that. No, that's not true. Delete that. Smart dimension. That's good. Okay, let's delete that first and try and recreate again and see how it works. And give some dimension as 300. Okay, that works. And now pick this point and this point and give around 40. Okay, that's good to me. The interesting thing now is, let's exit out of this and sketch. I'm gonna pick a 3D sketch so that I can create a frame out of that. So 3D sketch, and now pick this center point, line, pick that, okay, escape everything, okay, line, pick that center point, bring that up to certain distance, and now Control 6, take this point and pick point here and point somewhere down here. Now go and create a line. That looks good to me. And give a dimension of that as around 274.30 something. Let's try. You always can change the dimension, so it's not going to affect anything, but even if in assembly, if it doesn't work, they can just go back and change it. It's a quick change. Now you're pretty much good, but I want to bring that to the other side. Yeah, that looks good to me. And I want to define this point to this point. Click on tab to get the vertical distance. Okay, I want around that to be not 26, but I want it to be 7.5. That looks good. And also I want the distance from this point to the center line to be around 60. Okay, that looks good for now. And also pick a line and go and that looks good to me, but bring that close. Oh, okay, that's good. Now I would like to go back to line again and join these two, this and this line. Okay, that looks good to me. And that's 60 to 74 should be good. Okay, go back to features on our sketch and add a fillet. Try and add a fillet here for around just say 130. How it works. Oops, it didn't take 100. So let's see, 230. Okay, it's not taking much. Just put 40 or 30 for now, and pick that point, this and that. I'll just say let's give some angle dimension from this to this, or I'm gonna give 140, but it's too much. Let's say 120, but it's still too much. I'm gonna give 80. Exit. It's 90. Okay, let it be whatever we have right now. Zoom out. So 110. That's okay. Let's see. Go back to fillet, and let's start with 3 and see what it says. Pick that point and that line and this line and go around 20, okay, 23. Let's say okay, and pick this line and that line and give around 15, okay, and pick that point and go around and see how it works. 165, good enough. So that looks good to me. Say okay, and exit out of that, and now go back to features and sweat boss base. Click on that and pick this circle, the circle we have here we created, and the path. Click that path and say okay, and see how it looks to you. That looks good to me. And if you like to mirror, so front plane and pick the mirror and that face, or you can call whatever feature, but yeah, now it looks pretty good to me, and that's nice, and that's good. Control 8, so Control 8, and now, and again, if you'd like to create another plane, go back to plane, pick this line and that point, so it creates a plane there. So say okay, and plane 8, go back to sketch, Control 8, and pick a circle. So this bar is for the seat, so say, oh sorry, let's give small dimension. 71, that's too much, just go 40. That's good. Features, extrude, other direction you want, and pick until the vertex, and I'm gonna pick this sun line. Okay, say okay. That's pretty good to me. Yeah. Okay, now Control 8 and hide that plane. Don't need that plane anymore now for now. So Control 8. So you basically got most of this stuff. Control 8. So what else we're gonna do is now, so we got a basic. Okay, let's go back and pick the front plane. Okay, so we're gonna create a feature here where you can for the bike red axle, so we're gonna fix that in the feature. So pick the front plane and try and do again a plane, and try and do some control 6, and increase the dimension until it touches that feature. So let's go back to 50. Yeah, pick 50, say okay, and Control 8, and now go back to sketch and pick that sketch and say plane and sketch, and go back to line, and now I'm gonna draw a line. Yeah, you can pick however you want, but I picked that. If you want to move, you can still move. And if you want to move outside, yep, that's good. If you want to move a bit inside. Okay, let's give some dimension to this and this. Let's say I'm gonna give 10. That's pretty good. And I want that point to this point, maybe 15. Yeah, that's good. This to this, 15. Okay, that looks good to me. And just a bit, extend that and move that a bit. And I want this line to be around 60. Yeah, no. Okay. Okay, this is basic, so we'll just give some fill in, and if you always want to modify, you can always modify whenever you're trying to assemble it. It's not a big deal. Okay, let's go with 3. Okay, let's delete that. Let's keep it 5 and pick that point and this point, say okay, and do 3.0. So this and that should be good enough. And now it's good. And okay, extrude it. Extrude the other side. Just give 5.0 and do the other side. Maybe do a bit. That's a bit too much. I'll do 10. Even I can do 8. Yeah, that's good. Say okay. And now hide that plane. Control 8. And yeah, that looks good to me. That's fine. Okay, front plane. And try and mirror that. So boss extrude. Mirror that. Okay. So let's do front plane mirror and pick that surface and say okay. Now you pretty much got the frame stuff. So if you would like to pick all these features and you can go back here and give the materials. And I'm gonna pick aluminum. I'm gonna pick aluminum. It's a blue anodized. So say okay, and you're pretty good. And now pick this surface, sketch, circle, or you can do the other way is offset entities. Sorry. So offset and give 2 reverse direction, or you can give 2 should be fine. Say okay, features, extrude cut, just set through all and say okay. That should be good. And the same way you pick this, sketch, control 8, sorry, pick that, sketch, offset entities, just say reverse, just do maybe probably, yeah, just do 2, just do 4. I think something went wrong. Reverse, say okay, and features, extrude cut, through all, and say OK. And now take that surface, sketch, offset entities. You want it to be having probably 2.0. That's good. And also pick that surface, convert entities, and features, extrude. You want to extrude that by 4 millimeters. And say OK. And the other side, pick that face, sketch, and offset entities around 2. I'll say 4. And also pick this face and say convert entities and features, extrude boss. It looks pretty okay. I just say okay for now. And but the thing is, this one is 4 millimeters. Go back and sketch, edit the sketch, and offset entities for that is 2.0, and delete that line and exit the sketch. That's good. And now you can pick, so fillet, add fillet for this face around, just say 2.0, or just say 3. Oh no, that's too much. 3 millimeters should be fine. And pick this fillet, take this face and give 3 millimeters. Just say okay. Control 8, and we're pretty much good. And also you would like to pick this face and sketch, Control 8, and go back to circle and pick that center line. Or I'm gonna do the same thing. Pick this face and offset entities, reverse. I'll say probably 3.0. Offset entities 3.0, reverse. Say okay. And if you want to extrude it, extrude cut, and you don't want to do, so what we're gonna do is up to next. So you're gonna pick until that surface, say okay, and you're good. Now so if you want to go back to fillets and give a small dimension around 2.0 and pick these surfaces, and this surface, that surface, say okay. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is edit it till that, pick all this until here and say it's metals, aluminum, it's a blue anodized, and say okay, and Control 8 and try and hide that. Now you pretty much got the whole bike frame, but the thing is that fillet and the other fillet, you're going to change the material properties to chrome. Let me say chrome plate. Say okay. I like to pick these face too. That face and also that face. Chrome plate. Say okay. And now if you like to, and that should be it. And thank you so much guys, and this is a part 1 of the whole bicycle design. So I'm gonna upload different sections. Like next one is going to be the bicycle tire. So we're gonna do front tire and the rear tire. Then after that we can go to different sections of the bicycle, and at the end of that we can assemble all together. And if something is missing in terms of the crashing or something like that, we can always modify the dimension of trying to make it fix together. So that should be it guys. Thank you so much for watching my video.